We have exclusive details on Shane McMahon and the Young Bucks flight, plus a major AEW star's contract. We have an update on that. And WWE are renaming a tag team. It's all in the Cultaholic wrestling news right now. By now, you have seen the airport photo of Matthew and Nicholas Jackson and Shane McMahon. Oh, there they are. Great lads. There's your future AEW Trios champions right there. The social media wrestling world. A buzz yesterday after this picture went online. We have a few more details about that, don't we, Andrew?
We certainly do. A source, right, who was on the flight has told Cultaholic that the Young Bucks and Shane McMahon were both on the 6:29 a.m. ET flight from New York City's John F. Kennedy International Airport to Salt Lake City, Utah, which is a popular destination for connecting flights to California. The source further revealed that the Bucks and McMahon had been speaking and laughing together prior to boarding the plane. Shane was sat in the row directly behind the Young Bucks in first class, although McMahon claimed it was just a coincidence that he and Matt and Nick Jackson were on the same flight.
Now then, we haven't had full corroboration, but I have it under good authority that Shane McMahon ordered the chicken. I don't have it under any authority.
I was going to say, that's not in the doc.
No,
that's not in the doc.
Just thought I'd add a little bit of something to it. I think he ordered the chicken, and I think he watched Inside Out 3, and that's not even out on DVD yet.
Wow.
I think he watched that. I think he put his light on at one point. I think he went to the toilet after his dinner.
Nice.
And then Ken sat back down and had some little bag of peanuts, I think. All that stuff I've just made up for a laugh. Shane McMahon and the Young Bucks obviously didn't interact too much during the flight. But Young Bucks spent most of the journey asleep, according to a source that exclusively told us at Cultaholic. The flight landed around 9 a.m. Mountain Time. They ended up waiting back after the plane landed to chat more and, of course, take that photo. So whether McMahon and the Bucks were on the same flight together as a coincidence, or maybe they'd been to the same thing at Arthur Ashe Stadium, we don't know at this point, unfortunately. Of course, McMahon has recently been linked to AEW. He had that getting to know meeting with Tony Khan. We thought he might have popped up at All In, and we thought he might have popped up at Arthur Ashe as well.
Yes, that is still yet to happen. I think once we sort of saw like the Tony Khan and Shane McMahon stuff, as you said, with that little getting to know each other meeting, it felt like maybe it was going to happen relatively soon, and it's yet to happen. I mean, obviously, this only throws more fire on the old, or more coal on the fire.
More fire
on the fire.
yeah. An event like this has, of course, thrown more fire on the even more fire. Andrew Hodkinson, Cultaholic 2024.
Such a way with words.
Can we get that as like a quote screen? This has thrown fire on the even more fire.
Yes.
Andrew Hodkinson quote. I think it's a strong quote.
Thanks very much.
It'll
Thank
live
you.
as long
Thank
as
you.
all of us do. But over in other AEW news, Saraya flavoured shenanigans. She's been competing. She competed at Grand Slam Collision, which we'll see tomorrow. But what's her status with AEW currently?
So this comes from Fightful Select, who say Sean Ross Sapp has learned that former AEW World Champion Saraya has re-signed with AEW on a 1-year agreement. So AEW had an option year on Saraya, but it was implied to Fightful that this could have been a separate agreement from the deal she was originally on.
So she's facing Collision Grand Slam. It's a Saraya's Rules match with Jamie Hayter. She and AEW had conversations regarding her future after that match. Fightful report, there was a lot of positivity backstage regarding her match with Jamie Hayter that airs on Collision. The current contract that she has runs until September of 2025. From there, who knows?
Yeah, who knows?
Who knows indeed. We'll keep you up to date on that one. Another one that we've been trying to keep you up to date on is Wardlow, who it seems like just a no miss for AEW, yet they keep missing. And we got an update on him via Matt Taven, who was being interviewed on the Sports Hub, and he revealed that Wardlow is actually out with a knee injury currently, which is why we haven't seen him since Big Business. It was there where he had a match against Samoa Joe. Previously to that, there was concerns that he'd suffered a torn meniscus in a match with Commander, but he went on to wrestle a few more times, including the match with Joe, so that certainly wasn't the case. But Taven's saying that he is out with an injury, and I don't quite know when we're going to see him again.
Yeah, he said he didn't give... Taven didn't give any details as to the severity or when the injury occurred either. He said he believed that Wardlow is just trying to figure out what the best kind of treatment plan is to get back on track with the knee. It's such a shame shame as well. Like we've said this multiple times at this point. It feels like stop and start with Wardlow continuously. And not only that, but obviously they were also sort of planting the seeds within the Undisputed Kingdom of maybe him going to turn on Adam Cole, because Adam Cole was like, Wardlow's going to win that title and then he's going to hand it over to me. And there was obviously seeds planted there. And then, you know, Adam Cole's injured as well. So that kind of scuppered the plans in that too. So it's a shame. It's a shame.
An Adam Cole return, maybe, but certainly not yet. Matt Taven gave an update saying that Adam Cole, who's been out of action since last September, had no news to add, saying everyone is trying to focus on their long-term health and Adam Cole will be back when he is ready. It's been a while since we've seen Adam Cole. It's a shame that whole story kind of came to a crashing halt.
Yes.
And whether or not they pick it up again or whether they just etch-a-sketch it away and then move on with themselves.
It'll be interesting to see. I'm looking forward to whether they do continue it or whether they do just have like a big old soft reboot of everything.
Now, WrestleVotes Radio give us an update on a returning WWE team. We saw that very short video.
Yep.
That appeared on Raw just before we went to a commercial, like about the fate being sealed and all this stuff. And more fire was added to the fire when we realized that in the actual video is Viking runes.
Yeah, the runes, and those runes spell out the word war.
The word war. And WrestleVotes Radio say that this is part and parcel to do with the fact that the Viking Raiders are coming back with a new name, saying Viking Raiders have gone over a number of name changes over the years. This comes from WrestleVotes Radio, from NXT up to the main roster, with the Viking Experience at first, and now the Viking Raiders. But now the person in charge, who was not a big fan of the War Raiders, is out of the way. When both these men are healthy and ready to go, which is somewhat soon, I believe they'll be presented again as the War Raiders.
So something new, but something old.
All we need is something borrowed, something blue, and then they can get married. Yeah, so the War Raiders coming back. I always liked the name War Raiders.
I like that name as well because it suits them so perfectly, because they just go on a tear, don't they? When they get in that ring, it's oh man, it's so good. And I wonder if this sort of brings like a different, not that their sort of personalities changed at all when they were in the ring and with their characters, but maybe this is like a bit more of an edge for them coming back as well.
Very, very possibly. In case you've missed it, obviously the Mr. McMahon Netflix documentary came out this week. Myself and Jack the Jobber watched it, and we break down some of the big stories that came from it. And there was quite a lot to dissect in it. For about an hour, we sat and had a chat about it, and we recorded it, so you can watch it on the YouTube channel right now. Thank you to Andrew, who stayed back late to put that bad boy together.
Not at all. Both of you went through that whole documentary in very quick time, getting all your notes together and everything. Like all the congrats goes to you.
There's a lot in there. I needed a cigarette after that, and I don't even smoke, and nor should you. And for the latest wrestling news at any time, you can check out Cultaholic.com. Case.
I love you. Bye.